After we had finished all the planning and the preparations for our first crop in the greenhouse, we were now ready for the next step, the planting of the seed. In this video, we're going to be talking about the seeds that we planted, the company that makes them, and why they are so special. We're also going to be discussing why Mondo Farms went for direct planting of our seeds rather than taking them to a young plant raiser and then coming back to transplant some seedlings. At the end of the video, we are then going to take you through a step-by-step process of how we get our seeds into the ground. Stay with us. Greetings from the farm. I hope you're well. It's so good to have you back with us again here on the Mondo Farms channel. My name is Chisha Folotia, and this is part 2 of our greenhouse farming series that we're producing in collaboration with Holland Greentech. This is our first crop that we've been planting here in the Quinta Africa 504 greenhouse at Kimberley Farm on the outskirts of Chongwe. Last month, we hosted a special field day where Holland Greentech invited a group of farmers to come and see this greenhouse that they had supplied and constructed. They were also able to take a closer look at our demo crop of Rijk Zwaan hybrid varieties of long cucumber and sweet melon. Holland Greentech had invited an expert from Rijk Zwaan, South Africa, to come and teach us all a little bit more about their cucumber varieties. He was a great guy, and at one point I got carried away and promised him a plane ticket one day in the future. It's a long story. You can watch highlights of the field day in the video we posted on the channel last week by using the link that we will put in the description of this one. In the first video in the series, we showed you how we planned for the crop and how we prepared the beds. And in this one, it's all about the planting of the seed. Our next video will be all about what happens to the seeds after they grow, they germinate, and then we start to look after them, feeding them, protecting them, and all sorts of crop husbandry practices that we have to do in order to achieve the quality, quantity, and consistency, QQC, as my friend Mr. Panuka says, that we need in order to make the business profitable. Tomorrow is a Monday, and on Mondays we harvest. So we will be coming down here to show you how we harvest these vegetables from here and get them to market. Farming involves working with a mix of factors, each of which has an impact on the chance of success. And one of the most important factors for success in crop farming is what type of seeds we grow. Here at Mondo Farms, we've been on a journey that has taken us from the type of farmers when we first started that would just grow anything. We didn't ask too many questions about the type of seeds that we were growing, to a situation we're in now where we're quite choosy and quite selective. Over the years, we've learned that different types of seeds from different producers of seeds can give us quite different results when we grow them. We've found out things like what kind of yields do we get from different type of seeds? What is the quality, the quantity, and the consistency of the fruits and vegetables that we get? How uniform are the fruits and vegetables when compared to each other? And does the plant have resistance to diseases or to being attacked by pests? How do the plants handle stress like extreme weather conditions? And of course, how much money can we make from each crop when we grow it? Part of our learning has taught us the difference between growing open pollinated varieties, OPVs, to hybrid varieties. We found that hybrid varieties give us a lot of advantages over OPV, which we feel is quite worthwhile. Actually, talking about this makes me realize that as farming is full of complex technical terms like OPVs, hybrids that I'm talking about, I should do a video where I'm going to be going into details and talking about the differences and the similarities between OPVs and hybrids. We'll have that for you on the channel very soon. But for now, we're talking about the hybrid seeds that we planted in our new greenhouse. This is a demo crop that is made up of 4 varieties of long cucumber and 2 varieties of sweet melon, all from a Dutch company called Rijk Zwaan. By the way, I know some of you will hear me use the term long cucumber and you're saying to yourself, but I am my English cucumber. What is he saying? Now, I did some research and I found out that English cucumber is actually a type of varieties of long cucumber. So long cucumber is the generic term, and there are things like slicer cucumbers, pickling cucumbers, and mini cucumbers, all different types of cucumbers. Now, I can't stop you from calling these cucumbers, which are from Holland, English cucumbers, because I appreciate and understand that Africans, we have issues with names and we like to use names that we are comfortable with. That's why for many of us, any type of motorbike, it's called a Honda. Any type of toothpaste, it's called Colgate. Let's talk about Rijk Zwaan. Now, they are a huge international fruit and vegetable breeding company that supplies seeds to growers in more than 100 countries. Rijk Zwaan is the number 4 vegetable producer in the world, and they have just clocked their centenary. They've been going for 100 years. They produce quality fruit and vegetable varieties for the professional agri-food sector, and they have more than 30 different crops with over 1,800 varieties of high-quality seeds. Their aim is to offer a wide range of fruit and vegetable varieties, whether for high-tech greenhouses, protected cultivation, or open field farming. Rijk Zwaan has taken the development of agriculture production in Africa very seriously. Let's put it this way, they see the potential in our potential. They have a presence in our continent that includes a breeding station in Arusha, Tanzania called AfriSem. There, they develop hybrid varieties of African vegetables like African eggplants, African kale, and African peppers. They also have offices and operations in countries like South Africa and Nigeria, but for most of Africa, Rijk Zwaan operates through distributors. Here in Zambia, Rijk Zwaan is represented by Holland Greentech, which is a social enterprise that helps farmers like us move from startup level, beginner, to serious operations through consultancy and input support. Mondo Farms has been working with Holland Greentech since 2021, and they have been an integral part of our farming journey. Apart from supplying us with inputs like drip irrigation products from Revulis, who are a global leader in micro-irrigation, and biological input solutions from Coppet, Holland Greentech also provides us with agronomic advice and guidance as we plan and we grow our crops. One of the other important and amazing things I love about Holland Greentech is that they help to link farmers like us to markets. Earlier this year, Mondo Farms was introduced by them to one of the large supermarket chains, and we have begun to supply them with sweet peppers and other vegetables. It's been a game changer for our business. Over the years, Holland Greentech has supplied us with seeds and seedlings of Rijk Zwaan varieties of crops like cabbages, cauliflower, broccoli, carrot, eggplant, zucchini, sweet pepper, and of course, cucumbers. Speaking of cucumber, the main variety, the most popular slicer cucumber from Rijk Zwaan that is grown by farmers across Africa is one called Midas. We grew some at Kondwani 1 last year. And their most popular variety of long cucumbers over the years has been one that's called Bologna, which we first grew in our shade house back in 2022. Rijk Zwaan is always developing, always working on new and improved varieties for their crops. They don't just stay in one place. They look at ways of making their crops grow better, give us better yields, be more resistant to diseases and other challenges. Now, I saw some of this myself when I visited them in South Holland back in June. We were able to have a little bit of a glimpse, just a patonto of their research facilities, research and development, and we met some of the research and development team there. It was all quite serious. That's the place that comes up with things like Rijk Zwaan's blue leaf technology, which has made a lot of their crops much better and easier to grow and have higher yields. The blue leaf technology is actually found in one of the Rijk Zwaan long cucumber varieties that we're growing here on our demo crop, Maritimo. The point of this demo crop was to showcase the new improved varieties of long cucumbers that Rijk Zwaan is now offering to our local Zambian farmers, and to help them see the advantages that they have over the older varieties like Bologna that we have all been growing over the years. Before we get into the planting process, let's talk a bit about why we decided to directly sow our seeds into the ground, into the beds that you had seen us made into the other video. We could have, and some would say we should have, taken those seeds to a nursery and then have them do their magic, and then a few weeks later we come back with young little seedlings that we would then transplant into the ground. You see, farming is always full of different ways of doing things. I know some of you are watching this saying, Bamondo farms mwalufianya cucumber ifwaiko kuibiala dialect. Well, we have different ways of doing things. And as you go along in your farming journey, you will see that, oh, we could try things this way or we could try things that way. One of the most important things that we do as Mondo Farms is visit as many places and get as much exposure as possible. One of the things that makes that possible is our close relationship with Holland Greentech. And back in August of 2021, just before the elections, I always remember, they took us to Chisamba to visit Mr. Skazwe's farm there. And we saw many things about the different ways that he was growing vegetables. And one of the lessons we learned there, he taught us that you can actually plant, direct sow the cucumber seeds into the ground and you will still have a good germination and a good success. Before that, we had been planting our cucumbers via, establishing our cucumbers, should I say, via transplanting. But after that, we changed our ways and we started doing direct seeding. We did direct seeding for a crop of slicer cucumber that we grew on Riverside 4 back in late 2021. We did it again for another crop of slicer that we grew on Riverside 1 in 2022. And last year, when we had a very big, large-scale production of slicer cucumbers at Kondwani 1, we did it again, and it all worked out for us. So that all gave us the confidence and the comfort to be able to do it for this very important demo crop of Rijk Zwaan long cucumbers that we were establishing here in our brand new greenhouse. And now finally we get to the reason you clicked on this video, to see how Mondo Farms planted the seed in the new greenhouse, right? It all happened exactly 3 months ago today. It was August the 10th, and Tyson brought the entire Mondo Farms Kimberley team together, and each of them had a part to play in the process. Let's have a look at how it all unfolded.
So tayamba kupeginga mo greenhouse. Sangala uku mgodi na hapa mgodi, then pakati ndio wewe na uli hapa shitapanga dagon.
So here in the greenhouse, we finished pegging and drilling the holes for planting. And what we've done now is we've aligned all the seed packs per bed. So as you can see here, we've got the Caribbean King and the Savente for the sweet melons. So these two varieties will take up the line on the western end of the greenhouse. Then on this line followed by, we have the 24 PT6 variety, which will take up one line of the English cucumber. Then the Maritimo will take up two lines. So there's this bed here and the second bed here. Then on the eastern side, we've got the Diapason taking up two beds or two lines. This one and this one after the poles. Then the last on the eastern side, we've got the Tantalos that we're going to plant, which is also a Rijk Zwaan variety of the long cucumber. That's what we're planting today. So we're planting one seed per station. That's what we're doing for all the lines in here. So we're starting our planting now. So this is the Tantalos variety of the long cucumber. And these are the seeds. So we're planting one seed per station. While he's doing that, we've got another one here planting Diapason. Also one per station. So sow them in advance before Mamfiki, right? Then you come and bury later, so that you are not in a hurry. One. So the two have started, and we also have the ladies here, one with the Maritimo. We can start now, Oko. Martha, you can also start, Oko. Wasata mangai, slowly, slowly, so that tumsazigusa masidi yambili per station. Then we are planting the sweet melon last, after we finish planting the long cucumber. So we now start planting the sweet melon, and this is the Rijk Zwaan variety of the sweet melon. So for these ones, we're planting two different varieties on the same bed. So you start with one. Martha, when an line mozi yauku kwa kumbichokera zuwa kwa iyo nsempaka ku last, ene ukasiriza tibwera naye inangu mpaka futi naye ku last. Okay, this is the sweet melon seed. Watu tuoneka tukuru tuka. So manje yambenda na toka maska mozi futi pambo. Now that we've finished the planting or sowing, it's time for us now to bury our sown seeds. So how we bury is we get soil, then we sprinkle on it, not too deep. So it's fine soil, which the soil. So the whole purpose is iso munga mweviriri vibuma uchosapo ini upwanya ushitaso for a simple reason stifuna ivutike kuchoka ichiso chichosepo ichi then you break. So uzamboona tu hapa yakwana ro yashitabwanje. Martha, now let's start na malaini yako. Iyo isi yoko yambilia naye ya cucumber. So if boom hivi fameni hivi you break usta sprinkle. So hapa ya vali wa seed hapa next bendera kusaidia kuna nangize example yako next so chape naye hapa mwamba hapa you do the same thing. So this is coming up well. Nice, good job. We finished our planting in this greenhouse. We're now putting tags on each bed planted. So like this bed with 2 different varieties of the sweet melon, we've put a tag on the eastern side for the Caribbean King, and also for this other variety we've also put a tag. So the team is now doing that, putting tags on each of the beds planted. So the diapason takes this line and also this other line here. So these will be in here until we put our crop posters. And here we've got the tantalus.
Yo, as you saw there, the planting of the seed was like a military exercise. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step that. A lot of things went into the process in order to make sure that we get it right. Establishing a crop of high-value vegetables like this takes quite a lot of work and effort, as you're seeing. And that shouldn't be surprising because we expect this crop of long cucumbers and the little bit of sweet melon over the other end to be here in this greenhouse for 6 months, 8 months, hopefully even 10 months. And during that time, we're able to come in here and harvest once a week, sometimes even twice a week. This is the definition of high-value vegetable farming. Now that the crop, the plants, the seeds has been sown into the ground, the next thing we had to do was to look after it as it grew. And that is what we'll be featuring in part 3 of the greenhouse farming series of videos that we're doing with Holland Greentech. We will have that for you on the channel very, very soon. And the easiest way for you to make sure you don't miss out on that one is by clicking the subscribe button below. And if you press the bell icon, then YouTube will let you know when that video and several other videos do come along. Is there someone that you feel should watch this video? Someone that's also involved in greenhouse farming of high-value vegetables? Maybe someone that works for you or that you have partnered with? Then the easiest thing to do in that case is to press the share button, and then you can share it with them on your socials, as they say. We also appreciate if you do like this video, then please give it a sign of appreciation by clicking on the thumbs up button. That always shows the YouTube algorithm that this is a video that people like, and it then gets recommended to more and more people out there with an interest in agriculture, African agriculture, vegetable farming, high value vegetable farming, and whatnot. And if you still have a couple of questions or some comments that you'd like to send to us, then please engage with us by putting them into the comment section below. We're going to leave the contact details for Holland Greentech offices across Africa in the description of this video below, and you'll be able to get hold of them as you take the next step on your farming journey. My name is Chisha Folotia. I'll see you soon. Chale nipo. Bye-bye.